This is HA Reviews, and today we'll be reviewing the Mega Magnus. This is the latest blaster in the Mega series, and one of its unique feature is that it has a inbuilt kit, which holds 3 Mega darts. Along with the Magnus is a instruction sheet and 3 Mega darts, and I'm sure you all know that these Mega darts are huge. Now going over the design of the Magnus. Obviously you can see it's got a red and white design, just like the Centurion did, and I think it's a great colour choice. I also like how they put the Mega on it and how they put the Magnus there. It's got a bit of a camo effect on it, which looks pretty cool. You may have noticed that this has actually got a grey trigger and a grey top. This is to show that this blaster has decreased ranges from the orange trigger version. This is because of our safety laws in Australia. The trigger doesn't look too bad being grey, but the top just doesn't suit it. It needs to be orange. The Magnus has one sling mount at the bottom of the handle and a tactical rail over here, so you can put like a light scope attachment. And it also has a point at the front so you can have better aiming. Just to show you how long the Mega Magnus is, it's about the same length as the strong arm, as you can see there. So the Magnus is just slightly longer than the strong arm because of its nozzle. So even though this is a very long pistol, it's actually very light. Therefore, another hand on this blaster is not needed as it's so light. You can just easily hold it with one hand. Okay, now I'll be showing you how to function this blaster, which is pretty simple. So all you got to do is pull the slide back, which does not take that much strength, so it's pretty easy to pull back. Load your 3 Mega darts into the dart chamber. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard to put these darts in because you have to really squish them in, so it takes a bit of time. Pull the slide back in, and then just pull the trigger to fire. Then to fire your other 2 shots, just pull the slide back out and in again, and fire. The prime on this feels really good and actually sounds good. It's weird to say, but it's got a really nice sound to it. Also, if you have a jam but you cannot pull the slide back, you press this little button over here, even though I've never really had to have used it. Next, you'll see a quick firing test of this outside. Okay, now for the good and bad, and as usual, we'll start off with the good. So, like I said before, it's got a really nice sound to it and feel. Just sounds perfect. I like how it has a inbuilt clip, and it's something unique. It's only been used in the Dart Tag series, and I hope that they have more inbuilt clips. As I said before, it's comfortable and light. So yeah, it's definitely very comfortable. It seems like you want to put another hand on it, but it's that light that you don't need another hand. And this fires a great distance, and it actually does fire up to 22 meters. I did do a range test of it, and it actually did fire slightly over 22 meters. So that's great. It's getting advertised ranges. I really like the Mega darts because they have this huge whistling sound and they're very powerful, and I really like the design and paint job of this, so I think it's a really well designed blaster. Okay, so now going over the bads. I find that this jams a bit, mainly when you have some dodgy darts. So, you know, even if you've got darts, you know, that even look like this, they can still be dodgy somehow and they just won't fire properly. I find it pretty slow to load in the darts because you just to squish them in, and so that wouldn't be too good for a NERF war. Capacity. Okay, so it has 3 darts capacity. It's not really that good for a blaster this big, but I can't put this blaster down just for that because, you know, after all, this is a Mega blaster and, you know, how's it gonna fire darts like this? So I can understand why it only has 3 darts. Of course, the accuracy isn't that fantastic, but, that's what you'd expect from a Nerf gun. But in total, the Mega Magnus is a great blaster. It may not be the best to use in a Nerf war, but it is one of those blasters where you just enjoy shooting around the house. So, if you're thinking of buying a Mega Blaster, you're definitely best buying this, as the Centurion is a lot of money and has some bad reviews to it. If you do buy this blaster, I highly recommend buying some refills with it, as the darts I got with this Magnus was dodgy. By the way, if you're wondering where I bought this in Australia, it's at Kmart for $20 and also at Big W and Toys World. Thanks for watching HA Reviews.